now is actually making money. But I just want to see what is actually generating revenue, the trends. This is based on clients actually discussing, actually awarding contracts to the client, right? These are the three things where I sincerely believe, not just in federal, in the commercial side, there is options for us to do it. To begin with, for the last 40 years, we have been talking about creating, the clients need access to records, so we created a system of records, as simple as that. But now, the new trend is we have to build systems of intelligence. That's the new trend. So anybody who is building and offering the capability to build systems of intelligence, they are taken very seriously, right? The second one, forward deployment engineers. How many of you here have heard about forward deployment engineers? I see one. If you have not heard about it, it's very, very important. That's the future. We don't have it. If you want to see 5x, 10x results in AI, you have to have forward deployment engineers. It is nothing but a combination of full stack, AI skills, SRE, and ability to work directly with business users. That's the combination for it. But it's very rare. I think $250 per hour to charge to a client is very easy. But people are predicting $600, $700 per hour for forward deployment engineers is going to be possible. So this is literally the future. If you are not into it, we can build into it. The third one is platform tech. Platforms, you have to have a platform. You have to have a deep tech company. If you are just still trying to play the procurement game, things could be different. You have to have a platform. I'll give you an example. Relying on existing business might be risky. Take example for Salesforce. This week is Dreamforce. Their stocks are going down. Salesforce doesn't have a future, at least in my opinion. If we rely on Salesforce revenue now, the chance of that changing is very high. They are really struggling hard to find a way for it. There are a lot of existing such way is going to change, and we need to make a way for it. And this is not only going to give you business, this is also going to help you sell the company. The company from which we inherited our platform, they are a $38 million company, 80% revenue comes from just one client. They're about to sell the company for $125 million, period. They have zero sales team, absolutely, it's all inbound leads, purely because they have 450 forward deployment engineers, mostly in India, and they have a really, really good platform. That's the reason that's getting so. So this is, to me, in my opinion, if you want to become a deep tech company, and we take it very, very seriously, okay? And I'm just going to give you some basic numbers. I'm not going to run through that. So what happened was, when Trump announced the White House AI plan, right? It's a long, how many of you read that? We read it, right? So I went through the pain, even though I have zero revenue coming from AI, I did that. But what I realized was, it's a lot of things is rhetoric, political and everything, but I saw some good opportunity. That's when I talked to Shankar, why don't we create a federal AI in a box? A solution, a boilerplate solution that can directly be used by integrators like you to offer solutions for it. So I just started doing it. 5 days later, Sandesh mails me and asks, hey, can you do this session? So I just got interested, a lot of learning and research I did. I thought, let me come and do that. Quickly, I will offer a few information here. The sources here, I'll send this information to you. The market space, definitely in federal, there is a good market space coming in, which is 26.4, is going to reach to 135. I'm going to skip these things in the interest of time, but one thing I will do is, Trump has asked NIST. NIST is the biggest bottleneck in adapting AI. He has asked them to absolutely de-risk a lot of risks that they have identified and make it very, very easy for AI. The second one is even FedRAMP is asked to be made things very easy. We have probably a 1-year window to get your AI product approved because of these two flexibilities. It can change in the future. If you want your platform to be common, this is the best time to go get your platform in. You can make changes, but the changes can be as upgrade, which is quite easy in the future. I sincerely believe this is the time for us to get in. I have no idea about CMMSC, but this has also been seen good. I saw a presentation from Lauro, probably I'll reach out to him. But if you really want to get your products approved, AI products approved, this is the time. Don't waste time. Okay? Now, I want to talk about this. This is, to me, I'm betting on this, but let's see how it happens. So, the 3 godfathers of AI, Jeffrey Hinton, Jan Metzger, Joshua Benji, these are 3 godfathers of AI. They are, like, especially 2 of them, except except Yarn. They're scaring the world that AI is going to take over. Now they're telling 20% chance that AI is going to take over humanity. Simple. And it's going to increase, right? From 1% it became 10 to 20%. That is really scaring people. So when I was doing research, when I was talking to people, the biggest problem, especially in federal space, is trust, right? Warren Buffett famously said, if you want to do something, there has to be integrity first, intelligence next, and energy third. AI has intelligence, AI has energy, but it does not have integrity yet, especially in the federal space. So you need to create, for you to be successful in artificial intelligence projects and win revenue, you have to create an
काम करते करते और बचाते थक गए हो? तारा कैपिटल का कहना है कि अभी आप जिंदगी में थोड़ा आराम करो और पैसों को काम करने दो। तारा कैपिटल एक रियल एस्टेट इन्वेस्टमेंट फर्म है जो बी क्लास और सी क्लास मल्टी फैमिली प्रॉपर्टीज को रिपोजिशन करती है। विजिट taracapital.com to participate in the next big real estate opportunity और कॉल
Gopal Agarwal 281-827-8199।
आपने जिंदगी में बहुत काम किया है, अब आपके पैसों को काम करने दो। इन्वेस्ट इन रियल एस्टेट विद अ हाईली रेप्यूटेड member of our community.
Gopal Agarwal.
taracapital.com.
Integrity with your client, especially your federal client. Simple. If you don't do that, it's going to be a problem. People are really scared of it. They don't know what to do. So you have to create that artificial integrity. And I came with a set of framework for it. Couple of things I want to do is, one is you always have to create a co-intelligence model. Don't just go AI first. Go human first, augmented by AI. Then change that to AI first, augmented by human beings. Especially in the federal space, that is doing a lot of value. And also go for a society value model. Build a small framework to come with that. I will send it across to you. I don't know if this is the right one, but probably I will get input from some of you. But if you don't do artificial integrity first, this is to me the biggest bottleneck. One of, somebody who sat here just before this, he was gracious enough to take us to one of his clients. It's a large defense division. They had 40 leaders sitting there, tech leaders sitting there. When we gave a demo of our platform, by the end of it, what they said is, it's scary because it's very Star Wars into it. So that's what they said. I was scared that these guys are like running aliens. That's what they're saying. Because they did not have the integrity yet that yes, it can do the job, it can do the mission critical thing. So start with artificial integrity before getting into the technical solution, right? That's one. And it's something to do with the formatting of this laptop. So then there has to be 4 pillars, especially for the federal side. If you come and tell me you're good at creating AI agents, people will not respect you. That was old school. It's as good as now telling that I wake up every morning and brush my teeth. Everybody does that. So telling that you have the capability to create AI agents, that I think is gone. But the new thing is your ability to orchestrate existing agents. Copilot, a lot of investments are happening in copilots. How can your platform orchestrate these agents, copilots and everything, provide results? It's very, very important. You have to have an orchestration in it. That's one thing. The second one I will also see is data. I'm seeing a lot of very slow progress when it comes to data, but unless you are enabling the right proprietary data, you cannot build systems of intelligence. So you have to establish a good data practice. Products, as I talked about, if you don't have many Salesforce revenue, bluntly go and offer replacing Salesforce. Service Pega, these kind of things. I think that will also be very helpful. And finally, you have to have the right workforce. If you don't have a proper forward deployment engineering team, you will not succeed in here. I can tell that with absolute confidence, right? So these 4, I believe, is going to be the 4 pillars of federal AI in a box. And more details to follow. I will quickly show some other things. I'm going to skip this. But for me, an ideal AI federal platform, obviously you're having a foundation here, but before even you have a core engine, you should always start with that trust layer. If you are building a platform of your own, start with a trust layer. Consistency, you have to have the right consistency, load factor, security and guardrails. I'll come to a canonical library. So, natural language is a prompt that you're going to give it. But for you to get consistent results, for you to get the right results, an LLM provides the best results not based on natural prompts, but based on system prompts. So you should have a meta engine to create your natural language prompt into a system prompt. And that should also rely on a canonical library, meta prompts that you have built, the patterns that you have built. It's very, very important. The most successful AI platforms are the one that takes natural prompts, convert that into system prompts. So that's an example of it. So build a trust layer first, then go for the core engine, especially the agent model builder is core, then build a value for it, some explanation given for it. So I would say I'm probably 1 month away from finishing this, to tell the truth. So working on it, it is showing some great result. I initially thought I would show a demo of the current version of the product. But this one, unless you go and say that you're a deep tech company, somebody else, some other startup is going to take over business. Because AI is a deep tech play. It's not a procurement play. Okay? So this is my version of AI in a box platform. And I'm doing some research, and again, Federal is Greek and Latin to me. This is purely based on like what I have been doing. I think this could be the most common use cases, especially in the federal side. I don't know, but probably I will work with you guys to validate it. So when you go and say, I have a platform, I have a canonical library, great, but I also have a capability template for these use cases. Build that. You don't have to build everything, but select some of them. And based on the conversation, research, I believe this could be, the high traffic one could be the one in blue. But others, I don't know. Again, as I said, Federal is Greek and Latin to me for me, right? So ultimately, don't just have a platform, tell I have templates for the most common use cases. Clients like that. Okay? And last but not the least, you should have your own agent library. And this is my recommendation of agent library that you should have. Again, I need to run it with people, but ultimately what it is, when I say federal AI in a box, you cannot go to a client and say that I can do AI. These are the reasons I can do AI. I have a platform to do it, which is the technology. I have the people to do it, which is forward deployment engineer. But I also have figured out and created a list of repository, list of agents, list of use cases, templates, everything ready for you to do it. And go challenging, then take challenging projects. Like when for example, like we have this platform, and we, as most of you know, we are not an old company, we are just a brand new company. But we are getting people's attention, we are winning projects, we are winning it. I got an audience with the entire leadership of Bank of America's tech leadership, including their group CIO, because of the platform. I'll finish it in 2 minutes. So, because of the platform. So make sure that you are like going and building the capability and going with full confidence. And I'm just going to wrap in probably the next few seconds. I think this is the time. DOGE and the shutdown has done enough damage to the federal space. We have nothing to lose. The backs are behind the wall. I think this is the time to push forward as a brand new company. I think we have to, this is the time for us to innovate, and this is an opportunity for us to innovate. And I know most of us are ready for it. With that, I'll make this the last one. I think this is the time to be bold. This is the time to be brave. And more importantly, let's make the process very beautiful. With that, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.